Hello, this is your July reading. Thank you for being here. I hope you are doing well. Let's see what's coming through for you. You can use this for your sun, moon, and rising sign. And if you want to book a personal reading, my email is in the description box below. Send me an email to schedule a reading, okay? So this will be a Celtic cross. I won't be able to show you the cards, but I won't be able to show you the spread, but I will show you the cards. All right. So Leos, your cards are in the center of the reading. You have Page of Pentacles. I was gonna say this is your birthday month, so Sun will move into your sign. I think it's on the 21st of July or the 22nd of July. Yes, so this is this is your birthday month, and this is where you are receiving gifts, presents, something like that. So that's nice. And Nine of Wands is covering it. For the subconscious, you have Empress, lovely energy. This is amazing energy. And then the past, you have Judgment. For the conscious position, your ego position, you have Ten of Wands. And immediate future, you have Knight of Pentacles. Okay. The advice card for the month of July, Queen of Wands. All right. I see where the story is going, Leo. Environment, you have Devil. And opportunities, you have Eight of Wands. And then you are ending the month with Five of Pentacles. And then Magician is on the back of the card. All right, so Magician's energy has to do with manifestations. So, all right, so manifestations. So this is the month where you want to keep your words, your thoughts positive, and I don't see it here. Okay, so this will be a challenge for you. So ask yourself, okay, regardless of what's going on in the environment, how can I stay more how can I stay positive and optimistic? And so focus on the light, meaning if there is a tough situation that you are going through, know what the opportunities are. So you want to focus on those aspects, instead of what is dragging you down. If there is anything dragging you down, like if it's draining, think about what the solution is. So instead of focusing on the problems, you want to focus on the solutions. So it's all about being aware of what's going on in the head space, So you don't want to manifest anything that you don't want to experience. So whenever you find yourself saying something or focusing on entertaining thoughts that are not going to be helpful for you, think about changing the thoughts. Think about saying something positive. So it has to do with your communication with others and also the way you talk to yourself. Okay. So yeah, with this, it will be a little bit challenging because you have these energies here, which is stress. So just be aware of where this stress is coming from and how you can move through it. It's not about avoiding tough situations, it's all about understanding how you can move through it without feeling overwhelmed or anxious. Okay, so stay in your power is what I want to say. Be in your power, and that's exactly what your advice card is. I just noticed it. So advice is Queen of Wands. This is your energy, Leo. Queen of Wands is ruled by your sign. Okay, so the card is reminding you, be you. Okay, so, and this is also where, see, Magician and Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is magical energy. She just has to be aware of her own power to make things happen. Sometimes we let ourselves get carried away. But this is about knowing, okay, you know what? Let me pause. let me remind myself who I am, and you want to take your power back. So this is magical energy, and this is the month where you want to focus on the power of your own mind, the power of your own thoughts, words, feelings, and know that where you are, what you are focusing on, you have the power to make it your reality. So this is the month where you want to focus on what you want to create. This is a card of creation, both these cards. This is a month where you want to focus on what you want to create and then make it happen. And you have that energy. That energy is available. So now it's all about making some plans, being, access that magical energy, unleash your magical side, your powers, and go for whatever it is that you want. All powers to you, Leos. All right, so what's happening in the sky in July? Okay, so the one event that I am so looking forward to is Uranus moving into the sign of Gemini. That is happening on the 7th of July. Okay, so Uranus loves to be in Gemini, first of all, and Gemini and Uranus both energies has to do with unconventional thinking outside the box and doing something that we have never done before. So this energy help us to explore new ways of doing things, be more creative, be inventive, and come up with new creative solutions. Okay, so if we are approaching, if we come across any some challenges, and if we approach them in the same old ways, then it will be really frustrating. So the situation is, so this energy is reminding you have to come from a different perspective. Okay, so what are those perspectives? That is something Uranus is helping us explore. So that is happening on the 7th of July. So this is all about making progress. And when I said making progress, it has to do with something in our external. When it comes to whatever challenges we are coming across, it could be our relationships, it could be our health, it could be our jobs, a business, whatever the case may be. So making some progress there. However, the progress has to happen within first. It has to be about we coming up with new solutions, new approaches, and progressive thinking is what this energy wants from us. Okay, so yeah, well, that's happening on the 7th of July. And then we have the Capricorn full moon happening on the 10th. Capricorns has to do with, well, you have that energy as well in the environment. Devil is ruled by Capricorn. So it may have something to do with someone in your life, a Capricorn. Maybe you have Capricorn in your chart, or it could be a situation. I will come back to it. So that full moon is happening. Full moon has to do with completion, and it's happening on the 10th. And full moon also help us receive. Full moon also is about receiving new information, new insights, revelation. These revelations, could be our own intuition telling us things, or it could be external sources like conversations, our interactions with others, a book we are reading, a video we are watching. Suddenly we will come across a new information and a new insight. So that will help us. So that's what I'm seeing here for you. In the opportunities, you have 8 of Wands. This is you receiving, like communication is what this is about. Exchanges, new information, so phone calls, emails, things like that. Okay, that's happening on the 10th. And then we have the Saturn retrograde happening in the sign of Aries. Okay, so that's also what this energy is. Saturn is a tough taskmaster. Saturn has to do with discipline, commitments, things like that. In the environment, you have Devil. This is feeling restricted, feeling stuck. So where is this happening in your life? That is something that you want to be aware of. Where does it feel like you are that you, a sense of helplessness, that things are happening and there is nothing you can do about it, a sense of powerlessness. But this is your advice card, Leo. This is what you want to remind yourself. This is who you are, okay? And if you are coming across this energy, Five of Pentacles has to do with, again, it could be lack of faith, hope, and also a sense of helplessness, as if we are an outsider, So where is this happening? Relationships, jobs, your health. So the energy is reminding you, if it feels like you are stuck and you are restricted, which is, it's happening because of this retrograde. Saturn is this, it's happening in the sign of Aries, and so we will feel more. It's not just your sign, we all will feel it, okay? It's a collective energy. So this will make us feel restricted, more restrictions. Saturn is about restrictions, and the retrograde has to do with more restrictions. So what I want to remind you is, work with what you have, and do not ever lose faith. Stay in your power is what I want to remind you, okay? So that is happening on the 13th. And on the 17th, Mercury retrograde is happening in your sign, Leo. Mercury has to do with communication and technology, things like that. So during the retrograde, and your sign is all about self-expression, authenticity, and shining. Your sign is ruled by the sun. It has to do with light, and it has to do with expressing ourselves in an authentic way, things like that. But Mercury retrograde can make things a little bit challenging. Mercury also has to do with technology and communication, and we might find we will come across some challenges when it comes to communication. It could be miscommunication, misunderstandings, it could be things breaking down, it could be our gadgets, things like that. That can be a little bit frustrating, and that's what I'm seeing here for you. So no, it's just a temporary phase. It's not going to be here forever. So this is happening on the 17th. However, the shadow period begins 2 weeks before the actual retrograde, and it will last 2 weeks after the retrograde ends. So what we are talking about is entire July, okay? So again, work with what you have. Be more resourceful. Explore new way of doing things. And if you come across setbacks, if it feels like things are moving a little bit slow, know that it's because work with this energy. If we try to push back and push through and force things, then it will be really hard and also frustrating. So know how you can take it easy and work with this energy, okay? So whenever you feel energetic, motivated to do something, then do as much as possible. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm seeing here. But whenever it feels like it's a little bit tiring and exhausting, take care of yourself. Don't force, because that will only also affect your body. So we also want to honor what's happening in the body, So yeah, working with this energy is important. And it's also a time to connect with your own heart, Leo. This retrograde, again, it's happening in your sign. So Empress is in the subconscious position. This is where you are taking time for self-care, surrounding yourself with beautiful things, you focusing on beauty, which is amazing. That is what's recommended during the retrograde season. This is about going back, and I'm seeing both energies. This is slowing down. Both these cards here has to do with slowing down, and that's what you are, that's what the plan is this month for you. So this is, slowing down, taking a pause, going over the details. Retrograde is all about review, reassess, reevaluate, redo, reconnect, things like that. This is about going back and making the changes if the changes are necessary, and also connecting with our own heart to understand where we are going, what's the how we are feeling about things. Do we need to make any changes? So it's about course correction if it's needed. So it's about making time for self-reflection, contemplating on things, and paying or going over the details, things like that. So so Saturn retrograde is happening in the sign of Aries, and Mercury retrograde is happening in your sign. All right, and then what else? And then Mars joins South Node in Virgo. So Virgo energy is also coming through for you here. Virgo is earth element, and that's what this energy is. So Mars is the ruling planet of Aries, and Mars has to do with, it's a warrior planet. Mars has to do with drive, passion. Mars is also impatience, and this is slowing down. So Mars doesn't like slow. It wants to move. This is a fast moving energy, and Mars is fiery energy, which is also what your sign is also about. Your sign, Leos also don't like slow movement. Let me know if that is not the case. Let me know in the comments. So that can make you feel like frustrated, impatient, and things like that. But no, it is what it is. What's happening in the sky, know that there is an opportunity, there is a blessing in these moments. So it's all about, instead of forcing things, this is about also making time to slow down, to clearly understand what's going on. And so again, that contemplation help us make positive changes, and move in the right direction. So, and that also, Mars conjoining South Node in Virgo also has to do with karmic patterns. And yes, the devil here has to do with the karmic tendencies. And here you have judgment as well in the past position. So judgment is about release. Releasing karmic patterns, thoughts, ideologies, beliefs that are not helpful anymore. This also has to do with something in the external. So it could be people, places, things, goals that are not helpful anymore. So this is where you are listening to your own intuition. It could also be that you are getting some new information which is helping you come out of something, a confusing, conflicting phase is what I want to say. So this is also new information. It could be your own intuition, or it could be like a book you are reading, something you are learning, a video you are watching. It's helping you see things from a totally different way. So this is where you are keeping an open mind and embracing new information you are coming across, and it's helping you change your worldviews, perspectives on things. It could be the way you are seeing yourself, your potential, but it's also about you becoming more aware of all the possibilities, what is possible for you. So it's a whole new world opening up for you. So this is where you are telling yourself, oh my goodness, how come it didn't occur to me before? I can do this, I can do that, I can be this, I can be that, things like that. So this is like you coming into a new understanding, a new awareness. So releasing karmic patterns, it could also be forgiveness, all the emotions that we hold on to sometimes, like anger, resentments, frustration. This is where you are learning something about life, yourself, and that's helping you create that breakthrough moment. It's going away. Everything that's stuck energy is now going away. So releasing karmic patterns. It also has to do with, relationships, the people you hang out with, conversations, places, environment, something. If it feels like, it just doesn't, it's not me. So as we are growing and we are evolving, every experience, knowingly or unknowingly, changes us, so yeah, there comes a time we won't even realize it, and there comes a time when we would be like ready, that okay, this doesn't work for me anymore, so I'm not gonna. So it's not like at that time you won't be confused, you won't be overthinking things, you will just know, okay, this doesn't work for me anymore, so I'm just going to let it go. So, and then you will, without any resentments or anything like that, with peace. So that's what I'm seeing with that Judgment card. So yeah, releasing karmic patterns and tendencies. And then sun moves into your sign on the 22nd. Happy birthday to you. I hope you have a wonderful birthday month and year ahead. So that's happening on the 22nd, Leo. And new moon in your sign is happening on the 24th. Okay, new moons are all about new beginnings. So a brand new beginning, and you are in your power. I am so happy that this came through for the advice card for the month. All right, and then something that we need to be mindful of is moon in Virgo is squaring the Uranus in Gemini, which can make us feel a sense of like restlessness, and control issues can also show up. So whenever we come across any challenges, it's important to be conscious of our response to these challenges. We don't want to respond in the same way if that response didn't help us in the past. So it's important to know the past experiences. Okay, a similar situation happened in the past, and this is how I responded, and this is what the result was. If I respond in the same way, I will get the same result. So that kind of awareness, if we have that presence of mind, and if we make time for contemplating on things, then we will be able to respond in a different fashion, and create new results. So that's what that energy is reminding you. It's happening on the 26th, and you might feel that sense of restlessness because maybe things are going slow. Maybe you are waiting for things. It could be an approval. It could be, if you are working with others, maybe they are not on the same page as you are. So you might come across some disagreements, things like that. Or it could be that whatever it is that you are working on, maybe it's not going the way you had expected, and the progress is very slow, and that can feel like a little bit exhausting and draining, and you might doubt yourself, like if this is how you want to, you still want to keep going, or if you want to let it go, things like that. So you might come across all these conflicting thoughts, so but then the card is reminding you it's just a phase, and it could also be happening because you are exhausted. So before you make any decisions, it's important to just remind yourself, okay, maybe this is happening because I'm exhausted. Let me sit with it, let me sleep on it, and maybe tomorrow when I wake up, I will see the situation differently, or maybe I will get a new idea on how to handle this, so don't make any impulsive decisions. Take it slowly, Leo. Okay, so yes, so this is what's happening in the sky, and I'm also seeing that on the cards here. So I just wanted to give you an overview of what's happening, so okay, this energy, it has nothing to it's not my fault. It's not my fault, it's the cosmos fault. So whenever and it's also about awareness. If this is what's happening, then it's important to work with this energy and move through it in the best way possible, giving it our best. So yes, this month Magician is on the back of the deck. Again, Magician's energy has to do with manifestation, and you will see it immediately. It's not like you are, this has to do with cause and effect. What we put in is what we get, and you will get the result immediately, not 5 or 10 years. You won't have to wait. So by that, what I mean is, like, if you are saying something bad to yourself, if you are not being nice to yourself, Leo, like for instance, I am exhausted, I can't do this, then that's what you will experience. You are creating that experience, okay? So change up the thought immediately when you think that way, and say something nice, say something positive, and also remind yourself, okay, um, it will be just fine, it's okay, and I am okay, I have everything I need, and I am feeling. So it's affirmation, okay? Whenever you feel exhausted, it's about taking care of yourself, Leo, and also saying affirmations we also helps. Like for instance, I have what it needs, I have the I am feeling more inspired, I am self-motivated, and I am more resourceful. Everything that I need, the support, the information that I need, I will find it. Things like that. I am finding it. So things like that. So whatever the challenges you are coming across, say an affirmation and repeat it till you feel good about it. Affirmation always helps. When you are driving, when you are stuck in a traffic jam, or when you are before you go to bed, things like that, just say something nice. And it's also about gratitude. So when what we appreciate, we grow. So we our blessings increases. So it could just be a beautiful day, or it could be just someone's kind words. So it's important to pay attention to all these good things that happens during the day. Maybe think about writing it down, and maybe before you go to bed, just say thanks. Things like that. So paying attention to these little things makes a huge difference. And so that's needed this month, okay? All right, now let's see what's coming through on the cards. Empress is in the subconscious position. This is the energy you are embodying. So Empress here has to do with comfort, Leo. So for some, it could be that, yes, it could be that that's the area you are that's one area you are focusing on, your comfort. You want to feel comfortable, and because you are coming from that place, things might, if things are challenging in the external, you might feel a little bit frustrated, okay? Because now you have to do this, you have to figure things out, and you may not, that because you just want to relax. This is a card of relaxation, rest, taking care of your health, things like that. If that is a place you are coming from, then if you come across anything challenging, that won't feel good, okay? So it's about, again, finding balance. Yes, we want to stay home, and we just want to paint and eat nice food, and surround ourselves with beautiful things, and have nice conversations, go for shopping, get something nice for us. All these things are good, or travel, explore new places. All those things are good, but there are also things we have to do, our responsibilities, our duties. It could be our family, it could be our job, it could be our business, or whatever it is that we have to do. Or it could also be our health. If we come across any health related issues, this is too much sitting, and so that is also something we have to take care of our body. So these are our responsibilities. So that may not feel good, and maybe that's the reason why you are feeling this way. Both these cards here has to do with stress, and in the environment you have Devil's energy, and then you have Five of Pentacles, feeling a sense of helplessness, and lack of faith is also what that energy is. And this is where in the environment is this is in the environment position. So this is where you are feeling a little bit stuck, and both Empress and Devil's energy is something. No, I'll take it back. The devil's energy has to do with something that's not healthy. Okay, I'll come back to this card. So yeah, because this is where the focus is. You might feel a little bit stressed out. On the other hand, the Empress energy also has to do with maternal energy. So it may have something to do with your family, people you love, family members, your parents, your kids, and if they, and you also have a Page of Pentacles in the center of the reading, this may have something to do with children. So it could be your own children, it could be children you are working with, working for, things like that, children in your life. So if there is something happening there, you might feel a little bit stressed out, because you are, that's what happens when we are, that's what the maternal energy is all about, love, care, protection. What I want to say is, this is the energy of an empath, someone you love, or it could also be even strangers. If they are going through some challenges, you will feel it as if it's happening to you, so yeah, like for instance, if you are something to do with your close friendships, family members, or it could also be strangers you are coming across. Maybe they are talking about their problems, their challenges, and with this energy, you will feel it. You will feel their struggles and the pain they are going through. So just be aware of that, and you also want to protect your own energy, Leo. It's not about pushing people away, but it's about also taking care of yourself, so you are not feeling all drained out. So you want to keep filling your own cup. So yes, this is what you have in the center of the reading, Page of Pentacles covered by a Nine of Wands. So for some, it may, stress. So it could be it could be happening in the area of your relationships, and also this is where you are setting some boundaries. So this is like as if you are expecting something bad. Not sure where this is. It could be work related, it could be personal life, and this is stress, and you are doubting. So it could be trust issues. Are you doubting yourself, or you are doubting someone? So that is something to be mindful of here, because it's the reason why I'm pointing it out is because it's actually affecting your health. Okay, so where is this stress coming from? And so like I said, if there is something, yes, this is where you are setting some boundaries and you are protecting your own energy, but know how it's making you feel though, because you want to be in this energy and not this. So yeah, also when it comes to a project that you are working on, Page of Pentacles, this is where you are excited, you are looking forward to it, you are open, you are staying open to whatever this new opportunity is. It could be a learning opportunity for some of you, it could be you trying something new and different, or it could be you, for some it could be exploring. This for some, this could be a move, you changing homes. You also have this energy, so it could be that you are changing homes, relocating, and yes, the excitement is there, but it's also a lot of work, which is kind of exhausting. So on the other hand, a project that you are working on, this is something you wanted to do, that's what I'm saying, but here it's like you are coming across, like it could be that it's a lot of work, and because of that, it's a little bit it's kind of slowing you down. So I don't know, if something to do with the work, all the things you have to do, your responsibilities, your attachments is also what this is about, because this is in the subconscious. You are feeling, you are in that maternal energy, feminine energy, which is all about caring, nurturing. This is also growth, when it comes to whatever it is that you are working on, but a lot of things to do, and that is slowing you down, Leo, and also a little bit exhausting. So know how you can set boundaries. It's important to saying no to things whenever it's needed, and also it's important to free up some time for you, so to take care of you. And also at the same time, it's important to know the perspectives. Sometimes it's not about, sometimes things are challenging, but sometimes it also has to do with the way we are seeing them. So it's also important to focus on the opportunities, the blessings, so that way it will help you create that balance, without letting things overwhelm you, is what I want to say. Yeah, something that you are learning, which is like opening up a whole new world for you. For some, it could be that you are moving. For some, it could be travel. For some, it could be you learning, taking a class, training, things like that. But feels like there's a lot that you are carrying. So a busy, this is either busyness, and the card is reminding you, take it easy, take it slowly, there is no rush. So pay attention to the details, so you don't have to go back and redo things. Remember, Mercury retrograde is all about miscommunication, redoing things like that. So to avoid, it's important to pay attention to the details, take it easy and slowly. But if something happens, then maybe remain flexible. Instead of letting it overwhelm you, just remain flexible and take it easy, is what I want to remind you guys. Yeah, number 10 here has to do with completion. So looks like you are completing things, whatever it is that you are taking up. Number 9, this is where you are doubting, if you really want to keep going, or if you want to just let it go. But you are finishing things here, number 10. Okay, so don't give up, Leo. Don't lose hope. Keep the faith and keep going, is what I want to say. Remember who you are. Okay, so yeah, stay in your power. You can make things happen. You got this. You have to also remind yourself this. Okay, so this month, know how you can beat the stress. Don't let stress take control. Instead, know how you can beat it. Okay, so yes, Knight of Pentacles is in the immediate future. This is about slow movement. So, and yes, it can lead to frustration, impatience, if this is what's happening in the environment, especially if you are trying to make things happen, trying to get things done. The slow energy can make things a little bit exhausting, but it is what it is, Leo. Accept things and then remain flexible. So before you do anything, it doesn't always have to do, it doesn't have to be about doing. It also has to do with the options you are coming across, your communication, things like that. So before you say, do anything, contemplate on things, and consider all your options, do your research, gather information, and pay attention to the details. Sometimes, even with return communication, what happens is it's right in front of us, and sometimes we overlook things, and sometimes we miss the details, and then there's a lot of exchanges happening back and forth, and that's what I'm seeing here. And so it's important to just reread to clearly understand what the message is about before responding. So it could be happening in other areas of your life as well. Something that you are working on, or it could be personal life. It could be like something that you are buying, maybe you will find something nice and you will buy it, but But later you will realize, oh, maybe you didn't need it. And also, if travel is in the plan, it's also important to go over the bookings, the weight restrictions, things like that, so you don't have to then worry about anything later, so yeah, paying attention to the details is important this month, Leo. So avoid rushing through things. Instead, slow movement. And if there is something you are working on, this is where you are feeling the weight of it, as if you are carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. So it may have something to do with your responsibilities, family, your work related responsibilities, your health, your goals, things like that. So this is also where this energy is reminding you, take it easy, take it slowly, know how much you are carrying, know how you are handling things, and is there a again, exploring new way of doing things is important. Ask yourself if there is a new way of doing things. So remain flexible. Consistency is the key, so you don't and also do things in such a way that you can sustain it. So that is also important. Otherwise, what happens is we make promises, we make commitments, and then it's a lot all of a sudden, and then it won't be possible for you to, you are still going through it, you are still pushing through, you are still completing things, but it will be a little bit tough, because the reason why you are still doing it is because you are Leo, so you don't give up, Leo. So this is all about you making things happen, but how is also important, right? So it's not about what we are doing, it's also about how we are doing it, and can we still because our body is not a machine, sometimes we treat our body as a machine, but then we just have to, because you also have 5 of Pentacles, this may have something to do with health related stuff coming up. Okay, so just be aware how you are handling things. So again, you don't have to, it's about prioritizing it. It's about maybe if something is not important, leave it for another day. So again, flexibility, so yeah, check your schedules, and before you make promises, know if you have space for them, if you have time for them, and things like that. So staying more organized is important, and make your health, your well-being on top of your priority list. So that's non-negotiable, and then you can arrange the rest of your responsibilities around it, is what I want to remind you. Because if you are not feeling well and if you are exhausted, then it won't be possible for you to take care of your responsibilities and whatever it is that you need to do with 100% efficiency, so yeah, so it's important you take care of yourself, Leo. So yeah, staying organized is important, and consistency is the key. So do a little bit every day, maybe, so instead of doing everything one day. So that's guilty as charged. I am that way, so that's the reason why I know where you are coming from. So yeah, a little bit every day, consistency is the key, and take it easy, take it slowly, pay attention to the details, take care of your health. These are the important points that you want to take away from this reading if you are still here with me. Okay, and then you have devil is in the environment. Again, it may have something to do with something that's not healthy for you. So it could be, again, you taking on additional responsibilities, you saying yes to everything that's coming your way. It could also be your relationships, or it could be health habits, so for some it could be boredom, for some it could be workaholism, or it could be your food addiction, some kind addiction doesn't have to be always be about substance. It could also be how much time you are spending on internet and how you are feeling at the end of it, your sleep habits, um, things like that, too much sitting. And this is also like something you are always thinking about. It could be like if you have a business, or if you are working on a project, this is all consuming energy. This is what you are always thinking about even when you are resting. So that leads to energetic blockages also. Like for instance, if you are a creative person, both these energies has to do with creativity. So for some it could be, it doesn't have to be about your creative projects. It could be everything, our whole life, the way we carry ourselves, the way we live our life, the way we do our relationships, the way we do our life, everything has to do with creativity, right? All right, sorry about that. My microphone got charged out. I am so glad I noticed it. It was actually blinking, and thank God. And now I changed it. So good, because I don't want to redo the video. So Leo, this could be your energy, okay? So you are paying attention to the details, so you don't have to go back and redo things. And so this could be a sign. Perfect. All right, so this is what we were talking about, the devil's energy. Yeah, this is, I don't know what I was talking about, but yeah, this is you taking, so before you make promises, commitments, take on additional responsibilities, know how much you are taking on and if you have space, okay, because it will get, maybe in the beginning you won't feel that way, but it will get really hectic later on. So just know if you are ready for it, and if yes, then you also have to rearrange your priorities in such a way that you can take care of what's important for you with ease, without having to without feeling exhausted. But yeah, but however you are completing things. Yes, devil's energy. So if it feels like you are stuck, it's important to know what you can do to change things up. For some, it may have something to do with your where you are, your environment. It could be home, it could be work related. So remember to change things up. It could be rearranging things in your own home, decluttering, bringing up something nice and vibrant. If you are someone who works from home, so something like that. Or it could also be going out for a walk and meeting a friend. So changing up your routine is important in this case. For in relationships, this could also mean doing something together, something fun, learning something together, going somewhere, making going on taking a break, taking a vacation, things like that. And something to do with food is also coming through. So yeah, food habits. And yes, so know what you can do to set yourself free, Leo. So whatever it is that you are taking on, be it your personal life, be it your work, know if it's making you feel that sense of freedom, and or if it's making you feel more restricted. So it may have something to do with our own perspectives, but it could also be the actual situation. Okay, so know what can you do to change things up a little bit. And in the opportunities, you have 8 of Wands. So 8 of Wands here has to do with abundance. First of all, abundance and growth. This is the energy you are embodying, this how you are feeling in this month. So this is a card of abundance, So you are feeling more abundant. It could be that you are spending money on things like the people you love, your home, buying something for your home. It could also be renovation, changing things up at home, or it could be you getting a new outfit, going to a spa. So self-care, or looks like you are also taking up a creative project here, something that you always wanted to do. Both these cards here has to do with your creativity. So yeah, that's great. Yeah, and this is yeah, this has to do with growth also. Like, so something that you are working on is, so you are focusing on your growth, Leo. So you are thinking about how to make progress, and it could be that you are trying new things, you are learning things in order to make progress, something like that. For some, it could also be a work from home opportunity, a new opportunity coming your way. If that is the case, if you work from home, do remember to take a break, like every now and then, stretch your body. That is important, okay? So yeah, Eight of Wands on the other hand has to do with communication. So this is, Judgment is in the past position. This is where you are connecting with people. So it could be family, friends, or it could be forming new connections, new friendships. So important phone calls is what this energy is. So yeah, messages, so you go back and forth. And this is also where you are letting things be, you are slowing down, and you are letting things fall in its own place. So this is where you are not fighting with anything, you are not trying to change or fix anything. You are like, okay, you know what, let things be for the time being and let me just relax and everything will be just fine. So that's nice. And you are getting a lot of, look at these cards, Leo, creativity. So you are getting a lot of new creative ideas, inspiration. You are inspired. You are, this is again, positivity, optimism, you feeling inspired, self-motivation, things like that. And when, when we feel that energy, we tend to take up a lot. But no, like, if whatever it is that you are taking up, the new projects that, if you are taking a class, know if it will be possible for you to enjoy whatever it is that you are doing. If there's a lot, then it will be like you don't want to squander your energy, so whatever it is that you are doing, you want to also enjoy it fully. So yeah, so communication, travel is also what this energy is. And then you are ending the month with Five of Pentacles. This is where you have to be a little bit careful, because this could mean like something, it could be that you are not well, or it could also be something to do with your legs, Leo. So if you are doing any like strength training or physical exercise, no, also pay attention to what's going on in the body, because you don't want to fall sick, okay? And if you are carrying anything heavy, just be aware how much you are carrying. This could literally be you carrying a lot in you. For some, it could be like grocery shopping or something heavy. Like if you are moving, maybe you are, yeah. Yes, what I want to say is, if you are carrying anything heavy, just know what's in the surroundings, because you don't want to injure yourself, okay? So that could be what this energy is about. So Leo, watch your steps is what I want to say. And take it slow, take it easy, take it slowly. And Five of Pentacles is reminding you to come from that place of faith, and do not give up, don't lose hope. And this is also where, you are, Leo, just be aware of who you are, the people you are having a conversation with. It could be that we want to talk. So when we come across any challenges, we want to make sure that we are talking to people who will help us see things from a different perspectives, instead of sometimes what happens is we talk to someone and their perspectives only make us feel more exhausted. It doesn't help. So know where you are spending your energy, who you are interacting with, and you want to be with people who are uplifting, inspiring, and motivating, and who also help you see things from a different perspectives. Like misery loves company. So just be aware of that. It also has to do with friendships, people you are talking to. So know, again, with the devil's energy, know if this is helping you, if this is helpful, or if it's exhausting and draining. So know how you are spending your time, your energy, what you are listening, what you are entertaining. Because when we sometimes, in my own experience, some people, they are always complaining, always, they don't have anything nice to say, they are always complaining. And at the end of the conversation, I feel so drained out, like I don't have the energy to do anything after the conversation, and I just come and I lie down and everything then is pending. I have to then put everything for another day. So just know, like, who you are talking to and how the energy is making you feel. Sometimes you have to set boundaries, you have to say no to things. And sometimes it's not about pushing away, it also has to do with helping that person see things from a different perspective. Instead of just saying yes to everything they are talking about, let them, like, help them find solutions, maybe. Meaning, like, if they are complaining about things, and if they come to you tomorrow and complain about the same things, just say no. Like, ask them, like I did that one time, so that's why I'm telling you. Ask them, hey, is there anything new you want to talk about? Because you offered solutions, you helped them see things from a different perspective. But if they are still not willing to take those suggestions, if they are still not willing to work on things, and still blaming and complaining and whatnot, then it's not a good use of your time, is what I want to say. And when you start saying no, then that person will also will think about things. It will also help them sit down and think about their own life, and work on things, and in order to find solutions. So yeah, you don't want, that's what I'm seeing for some of you guys. Let me know if this message resonated. So be aware of the your interactions and how it's making you feel. All right, now let's see what's coming through on the oracle cards. It could be that you are going on a trip, and maybe you are with people who are not on the same page as you are, not helpful. It could be that they have their own things going on and they are complaining about things. Something like that is also coming through. So if you are going on a trip, who you are taking with you. But yes, watch your steps, Leo. Again, just want to remind you that. Okay, Leos, your message is Selkie, come out of hiding, embrace who you really are. I told you, keep reminding yourself who you are. Unleash the lioness in you. Your sign is represented by the lion. I'm sure you know that. Know who you really are. This is a queen card, okay? And you also have the empress energy. And so just remember this whenever you come across anything challenging. So, okay, let me read this out to you. Selkie. Number 128. Come out of hiding, embrace who you really are. There are many thoughts about what the ancient story of the seal people or selkie signifies, but for me, it's about the mask we wear, things being taken from us, how we hide parts of ourselves, the longing for home, the call to be wild and free, embracing our true self, answering the call deep within, and sharing our true voice. In Celtic, Scandinavian, and Icelandic mythology, there are different versions of the story. But here's one example: a man finds a selkie on the beach. He steals her he steals her skin, without which she can't return to the sea, hides it, and convinces her to become his wife. The Selkie woman feels the ocean calling to her deep within and yearns for it daily. The couple lead a normal human life and have children, but eventually the Selkie finds her hidden skin and returns to her home in the sea. Goosebumps. It's time to come out of hiding, to show the world who you really are, to embrace your uniqueness, your weirdness, your you-ness, to swim freely in the ocean of your life. How are you being called to embrace who you truly are? Are there ways that you are hiding? Are there ways that you are hiding your unique light from the world? How can you embrace even more of who you truly are? Are there ways that you are not showing up as your full, true self in your life or in your relationships? How are you being called to share your voice? Where do you feel held captive? What do you need to do to feel free? Wow. Soul inquiry. How can you embrace who you truly are? Leo's powerful energy. Yes. If you are hiding, this is where you are coming out. Okay. Coming out of the hiding, and this is where you are embracing your true self. This is a call from your soul. Okay, and look at these. In the center of the reading, you have Page of Pentacles covered by this. So, and the card message actually said something about wearing the mask. You hiding a part of you. So this is all about, this is your inner child. When I said inner child, what I mean is the part of the part of you who is yearning for something more, the part of you who is looking for an adventure, who wants to be free, who wants to explore, and you are hiding it with this energy, Leo. So where is that coming from? This is this is a boundary that a wall you have built, and you are expecting something bad. So are you afraid of the challenges? Are you afraid of the judgments, the opinions of others? Are you afraid to do the work? And is it self-doubt? What is it that you are that's holding you back? Because this wants to shine through and you don't want to hide it anymore. Okay, so, and yes, your advice card totally goes with your this message. So this is your energy, Leo, and this is all about sun shining bright, optimism, and inspiration. So this is your advice card for the month, and if that's not how you are feeling, this has to do with you focusing on your weaknesses. This is strength, your resilience, your wins. So if this is how you are feeling, like if you are thinking, if you are focusing on your weaknesses, and if it feels like, oh, I can't do this, I am exhausted, I don't know how to do it, things like that, that is not true. That is just your mind telling you things. Okay, this is who you truly are. This is you focusing on your strength. So that's the advice card for the month. So the advice is to focus on your strength. You got this, you can do it. Now shine bright and don't dim your light. You don't want to make people comfortable by dimming your light. Instead, shine bright, and you will also teach others to honor their own light. Goosebumps, powerful energy, and I'm feeling that energy actually, Leo. So something to look forward to. Let me know if these messages resonated. And remember to watch the moon and the rising sign as well. Please take good care of yourself. And I hope you have a wonderful month ahead. Again, happy birthday. Take care. Bye-bye.